Now, studio guest now, and I always like that. I've got Chris Evangelou here. I've got Andreas Evangelou here. I've got their father here, who I believe, if I get this wrong, because it's a big old name, you know. It's easy for you guys to laugh and joke about it, but it's a big old name. Is it the Right Reverend? The Most Reverend Dr Costas Evangelou. I was nearly right. I was only one word out.
Good.
That's not bad, is it?
Well, that's the important word, though.
Yeah, exactly. And another one. I'm sorry. David's over here on the right. He's like minding them, keeping them. It's the Evangelou. It's Team Evangelou, as they are known.
Yep.
Now, Chris. I'm going to start with Chris. I will come to all of you in a moment. In fact, I've got a gift from Costas, which we'll talk about in a moment. Chris, you are fighting on the Ali Pally bill now,
100% fit.
and it's all of about 2 minutes walk from your house almost, isn't it? I mean, to be honest with you, it's not far from where you grew up, is it?
No.
It's a vacant Southern Area title fight
Yep.
against Danny Cassius Connor, who's upset with me for not getting him on the show, and I said, well, you're on next week. Drives me. He's a nice fella. You're moving on now, and this is a bit of a step up, but more than that, it's putting you at that level now. You're not floating around fighting guys and losing records from now on. This is it now, Chris. You're getting there.
It's getting on the getting on the boxing ladder where I want to be. Get my name out there, and that's where I've wanted to be since I was an amateur, you know. And it's all I've been training 10 years for this fight. That's how I've been looking at it. And
light welterweight's a particularly decent division.
Yeah.
In the sense that I think there's some good fights to be made.
Yeah.
But more than that, there's titles to be won, because I don't see. Maybe you disagree with me. Anybody else is? I mean, Darren Hamilton, nice kid. Steve Williams, good kid. Actually, Fearfane, good kid. But when you look at those three and other guys out there at light welter, you don't think I need another 2 years, I need another 20 fights. No, you know, you might think I need another 6 months, another 3 or 4 fights. But if the opportunity came up, you'd be knocking on.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I was supposed to be fighting Darren Hamilton for this fight.
That's what I thought. Yeah, and then he got lucky.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? All credit to him. No luck was involved because he keeps himself fit.
He got the lucky call.
He got the lucky call. But he went in the ring and he won the title, and all respect to him. Really nice guy as well.
He is a nice guy, yeah.
Wish him good luck for his title defence as well.
He's had a hard life, man.
Yeah, definitely. And we are friends. But hopefully we maybe can get that fight.
Well, he fights on. He defends against Steve Williams up in Liverpool, October the 13th, and then the winner of that, in theory, you can start bidding for. And Andreas, you're not on the local bill. You're up in Sheffield on the Kell Brook bill, is that?
It's not confirmed yet, but
roughly
I'm
you think
like
so.
It, yeah.
Okay. Now,
the most.
I'm always confused. Dr. Costas. Now, you've given me something here, Dr. Costas. Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you.
Father and boss man of the team, big daddy of the team. What is this here? Can I open it?
Yeah, of course, open it. It's just a gift from us as a token of our appreciation and thanks for having us and always welcome us such a loving way.
Oh, it looks very, very, very... What's the history behind this? Well, it's a certificate, it says.
Yes, it's an icon of Jesus Christ, represented as the true vine with all the apostles around him. So that's
very nice.
Yes, just something to remind you of us.
So, I mean, I've had you on before, and what I like about you guys, the Team Evangelou, is you come in, you flood the studio, and I always like people to flood the studio, because Darren Barker used to come in, but he was a bit down there, wasn't he, Darren?
Yeah,
I know you know Darren
very well. Yeah.
I was a bit. What if you were working with him? Dr. Costas, what would you think? What would you recommend for Darren? Because that was about as flat as you hear a fighter, wasn't it?
Well, I'd encourage him to take some time out, some encouragement, reflection, and just take things as they come. And it's just that it means it's not the end.
Yeah,
nothing's the end. He's got time to think about things, but obviously it's disheartened because it's 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks away. And it will affect anyone, whatever disposition you are, it will affect you.
And I saw you, when he was saying, I've still got a good life away from boxing, I saw you shaking your head in agreement, because there is a life away from boxing. I know that you have to surrender lots of things as you're making your way to a title, but there's also a life, you've still got parents, brothers around. Do you two spur each other on? Do you run together?
We run together, we eat together, we
moan together, do the laundry together, do the dishes together.
So you should.
We
live together. Now I'm not fighting, I'm backing my brother 100%. do the dishes now.
I know he's backing me because he's not moaning at me for chores in the house. So if he's just picking up
do it now, yeah. So
cleaning the dishes.
So if you're fighting, you feel like you can moan a little bit more.
Yeah,
yeah. He owes me for my next fight.
Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah, I haven't fought for nearly 10 months, so I've been doing a lot of dishes. All right, so trust me.
It's a strange old boxing landscape, really, because you've been on different shows, haven't you?
Yeah,
Under different different promotional companies and different TV channels. It's been a bit like that way the last year or so. I mean, obviously, I do a lot of stuff with Box Nation, and then there's the Sky stuff and a bit of Prime Time and a bit of Premiere. And you know, this promoter working with this one, then he's suddenly moving and going over there. It's been a lot of fighters, not necessarily fallen through the gaps, but at the same time haven't had as many fights. You feel a bit like that, Chris? You feel that maybe you should have. Do you feel a bit more settled now? Obviously, you've done the deal with Eddie, and that means you get regular Sky fights in theory.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm just fortunate how everything's gone. Really, the last 2.5 years have gone. You know, I didn't know what to expect when I was turning pro.
Sure.
You know, I was I got into boxing quite late, considering 17. I had my first amateur fight at 18, and I just, was in the gym twice a day, every day for 4 or 5 years, and then turned pro in age of 23. So I feel like I've had just enough fights and the best training camps I could think of. Keep going to America, which gives me that injection.
Yeah, did you both go away? Did you go away? Did you all go?
Well,
was it Japan?
Japan.
My brother went Japan, Andreas went Japan. I went Vegas.
And Andreas, how do you end up in? I'll talk about Vegas. Because listen, Vegas. Everyone goes to Vegas. How do you end up in Japan, Andreas?
I have 2 of my best mates teach English out there, and I was going to go and visit them, but George Linares, he trains out, he fights out of Japan as now, and
it's a great fight.
So I thought I'd contact his gym, and just took it from there really, but it was amazing, really, really good.
And did you train? Did you actually go?
I trained. I sparred there, #1 heavyweight, #1 super middleweight
stuff.
Which was, I've been in the ring with better boxers, but in their climate, I couldn't really breathe. It was really, really hot.
And also, you're overseas, and
exactly.
Any training overseas prepares you for potential fights overseas. And it's a different. It takes part of your training should be in somehow taking you out of a comfort zone and moving you to a different level. Now you can do that. You can push yourself at home. But it's easier to push yourself if you go overseas.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I was the only foreigner in the gym actually, and like it was intense sparring. I mean, they've got a bench there, and all the locals come and watch it. 30, 40 people, stuff. So it was a bit like a fight, but it was good. That's what I wanted. I got a lot of experience out of it.
Oh, you weren't there with him, Dr.
No, I was with
me.
He was with Chris.
So you were in Las Vegas. Yes. Did you go along to Mayweather's gym?
I was there every day.
Was it open? Did
every day. Yeah. Let me in. Yeah. Don't worry.
Was he there? Or was he in prison at that time?
He just got out when I got there, so I managed to meet him. My idol.
Oh, brilliant! And he doesn't disappoint.
No. Do you know what? Nice fella as well. Met 50 Cent, Chris Curtis a couple of times. All
you're
nice
allowed
guys.
to say Chris Curtis.
Yeah, my boy Chris. Oh,
you're allowed to say my boy Chris. I'm still old school. I still call him Fiddy.
Fiddy.
What do I know, bro? I know nothing.
Big guy, man.
Let me ask you this. It's an interesting point about Mayweather because he's not particularly welcoming to the press. I must have spent 12 hours of my life waiting to get into his gym different times, and sometimes you get in, and most of the time it's rubbish. But I've never met a boxer who's gone there, not on pilgrimage, that's the wrong word to use, but homage, who's gone to Vegas, who's gone to see him, who hasn't come out and said he's fantastic, what a lovely guy. He just likes fighters. So he always goes up, and it goes down for certain things he does, don't worry, the situation with the prison and the fact that he's quite mean to the press. But I know that he treats fighters, whether they're good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whether they're black, whether they're white, whether they're Greek, whether they're Muslim, whatever they are. He opens that door to fighters, and they have this most fantastic experience with him.
I was told before I went to Vegas that it was going to be, it's a doghouse, and everyone, it's intimidating. And when I walked in, I said this the other day actually to at the press interview, that it was like Rocky 3 scene where he walks into Apollo's gym for the first time, and everyone stops and looks at him, and it's just that intimidation. But let me tell you now that after being there for 2 weeks, I can honestly say I've got a family in the Mayweather gym.
Wow.
Honestly, Lenell Bellows, J. Leon Love, Andre Durrell, Ishe Smith, all of them were unbelievably welcoming to me, and they really accepted me. And I had to prove myself. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But honestly, they were fantastic people.
And is that something you think or you plan on doing again?
100%.
Like sort of on a sort of 6 monthly basis? Or
Yeah, do you know? Yeah, yeah. I mean,
go and get 2 weeks every.
I would love to. I would love to go. I mean, you know, we talk about sacrifice as a boxer, and I didn't go away on a holiday this year. I was gonna go. Was my plan. I was gonna go to Vegas for 5 days, have a party sort of time, and then come back and train for the fight. My brother, my dad said, like, don't do that now.
Double it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go there 2 weeks and train. So I didn't go on holiday this year. I went there to train, and I sacrificed the holiday. But I tell you what, it was the best camp of my life, honestly.
And how was it for you, Dr. Costas, being in and around some of those people?
It was lovely. It was very inspiring and very welcoming. With Roger Mayweather, what's his uncle? Jeff Mayweather. Yeah. They all welcomed us, and Chris was excellent. He had all respect from all the boxers, the whole gym. You know, when we were leaving, it was like leaving a family behind. So it was really encouraging. I didn't like the other aspects of Las Vegas, but that was.
It's Las Vegas is what Las Vegas is.
Yes,
it's possible to live there and have a very normal life and not get sucked in to any of the things that are there. I've been there 50 odd times. I've never lost a cent gambling.
Really?
Never lost a penny. Never.
Can you come with me next time, Steve?
I just it's just not. It's not what sucked me in, and that 50 odd times. I tell you what, I'm not a big drinker, but I don't think I've ever been even mildly drunk in 50 odd times. I might have had a couple of beers, and yet I know other people that go there and they're telling you on the plane coming home, it's really mad. I've had the greatest time. Yeah, we got in on Tuesday. I can't remember anything. I can't remember anything until last night. And I'm going, how do you know you had a great time? What are you mad? If it was so good, why can't you remember it?
That's right.
And I swear, when coming back from Ricky Hatton fights, you'd be on the plane and there'd be everyone around you, they'd have eyes like this, and they've done their last minute shopping at the airport to make their wives happy. And they're on the plane and they're just talking about being basically off their faces for 6 days. And,
Sin City, man.
You say Sin City. I always say this. I'd say this to people. I say, listen, you know what? If you're in whatever part of London you're in, whether in Camden or Kentish Town, or whether you're in Brixton or Stockwell, you want to drink at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can drink at 2 o'clock in the morning. You want to chase women you got to pay for, you can chase women you got to pay for. You ain't got to go 9,000 miles away to do it, for God's sake.
Tell you what the difference is, though. It's on your doorstep. It's on your doorstep. I was living in a hotel for 2 weeks, and I tell you, I think I had enough of it after 2 weeks of living in that hotel. The machines going off, like 24/7.
Yeah,
it is everywhere. There's a club downstairs to my room, literally.
And you can sense it and feel it.
And I'm in the hotel. You get in for free. You make friends with all the people. I was telling people I'm there for 2 weeks. They thought I was crazy. Like, 2 weeks, man. You crazy.
Oh,
Like, that's my American accent.
I don't know. That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was good to be in the gym. Listen, it's been so you're boxing on the 8th.
The 8th.
Tickets are still available.
Tickets are still available. There's not many left because we've pretty much sold out as usual. So.
And what is your Twitter?
My Twitter is.
Does it work?
Oh yeah. I'm always on Twitter. I'm always tweeting.
What is it?
At Chris Evangelou.
And yours is.
What would mine be? AC
Evangelou. And there is an at Team Evangelou.
There is an at Team Evangelou as well.
Listen, it's been a delight and a pleasure. Thanks for coming in, Andreas. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for my gift, Dr. Costas.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming in, Chris.
Thank you for having
me. Good luck on the 8th, and I will get you in. You can come onto the sofa on the other show, because I have everybody on that show. I don't give a monkeys where they fight or what they're fighting on.
Thank you.
They just come on the sofa. It's been an absolute delight. Thanks for coming as well, to all of you. Thanks very much. I'm not going to kick you out, but you're free to leave. They say in the trade.
I'm going to bed, mate. I'm knackered.
Listen, and I appreciate you coming. I know that I was meant to pre-record you today, but I had to go down and see. I had to go down and see a guy called Derek Sweetley Williams and see some fight he's got, which is a main part of the remainder of the show. And if I can find the rest of the scripts, I'll move on. Listen, it's been a pleasure. Team Evangelou have been in the house.
Thank you.
That's what I like.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now